Okay, we're good. We're live, everybody.
All right.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Most excellent.
I'm loving this layout.
I like it too.
Yeah, I like it.
Thank you. It took me all day at work on Friday to make it.
Well, good work.
Okay. Well, I suppose we should get started here then. A couple of ground rules before we actually start playing. All right. Hello, everybody. I've been doing Dungeons and Dragons in all sorts of ways, shapes, and forms since literally 1989. Older than a lot of people around these parts. So, everybody else has got varying degrees of playing tabletop games, somewhere between a couple of years and a couple of decades, I believe. So a lot of experience on the table tonight. First, don't talk over flavor text or I will delete your characters and banish you to the Shadow Realm. That's an important one. Let the scene set. Secondly, have fun. Be creative. Don't just go with whatever standard, I hit them with my sword. Be creative, look around the environment, use your character skills to your advantage, and, do more than just roll dice. Be role playing, I guess, And third, and don't go full murder hobo. I'm gonna take things fairly logically. If you randomly start backslapping NPCs because they're NPCs, well, the town guards are gonna get involved and things are gonna escalate. So just keep in mind, everybody else has got to have fun too. So I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves down the line. I am here in the upper left, Mortanis TV, and starting at the bottom, we've got Dan's Extremes. Go for it.
I'm Dance Extremes, variety streamer and Hobo Slayers member, and I'm playing a Phoenix Sorcerer Tiefling by the name of Vice.
All right, I'm Palace Streams. I am playing a high elf fighter by the name of Drusilla.
I am Lumberjack Allen. I am playing a human fighter by the name of Hang'em, and yeah, I love fighters.
I'm Sniper Eye 2010. I'm playing a half elf bard who is an entertainer and will be a little bit crazy tonight.
Sniper Eye, you already look like you've been banished to the Shadow Realm with all that blackness behind you.
It's my
Love
camera, dude. It will not focus on anything other than my face. I wish you could see the ghillie net that's behind me, but
Nice. All right, so this is a homebrew campaign. At this point, there aren't a lot of details. We kind of workshopped it as a group with some ideas on what we want to tackle as time goes on. So there's nothing from pre-printed. This is all off the cuff type of stuff. So the players are going to be forming the world around them as we go. I'd like to make sure that everybody's inclusive in the world building, not just any slaying of the tediously created monsters that take me an afternoon to make and then are ruined in 6 seconds or so. So we definitely want to make sure that this is a group effort. Right now, there is no world map because we're exploring the world as a group. As it's uncovered for the players, it'll be uncovered for everybody else. So normally I like to have a lot more backstory for the way that we start, but we're going to kind of jump into it a little bit because it's a little bit more exciting for a podcast type of thing. So each of the players, you guys can decide if you know each other, if you don't know each other. For one reason or another, you wound up in this inn, and we will go from there. But effectively, you're in the town of Icebrew, which is a very far northern outpost nestled in glacier-laden mountains. It's a small town, very, very tiny, and for the most part, it wouldn't even be featured by anyone on any single map of the planet, except it's famous for brews taken by the brewmaster Sarnellis, an elf of exquisite taste. The town is actually named after the alcohol that he's been brewing here for the past 100 years or so. He himself, Sarnellis, is actually affectionately called Icebrew by the locals, and he disaffectionately hates that, but he tolerates it because the town folk has kind of grown up around him to support the industry, and his alcohols are sent all over the world at this point. So, what are you going to do? If you're called something, you accept it. Sarnellis has been brewing here for about a century or so, and so the town has grown up, and for whatever reasons, you guys have found yourselves in the only inn in town, a decent sized one, because people come from all over the place in order to see the brewery and enjoy the delicious brews that are crafted here. So I'm going to let everybody go on why they would be in this particular crappy little town.
I guess I'll start off then. Vice is a traveler, a far traveler from very far away, and has traveled very far. Just actually likes to travel and go to different areas. So, hearing rumors of the most famous brew by this centuries-old Belvin brewmaster, she was naturally inclined to take the journey to Icebrew and try it for herself.
Okay. Drusilla is a high elf of, we'll just say, uh, noble of sorts. Kind of leave it at that. But she is very well known for traveling to various towns and cities and meeting with the common folk. And so she's kind of out and about and just staying at this place for the time.
Well, I know Denville, the reason he came to the city is because he is an entertainer. He loves to play music and he loves to drink while he's doing so. So what better place to go than somewhere that is known for its homemade mead and lovely women?
Are we getting Lumberjack's audio?
I'm
Oh.
unable to hear
Sorry, forgot.
There we go.
him. Already running into technical difficulties.
That wouldn't be a proper game night if there weren't an issue somewhere in there. We've got it out of the way now. It's
Okay. He is Hangum is a fighter, and he's a hand for hire. So he likes to go to places that a lot of nobles like to travel to for beer, and he can easily be an intimidating person to ward off any would-be thieves.
all right. Does anyone know each other? You guys all friends from times before? Or are you meeting here for the first time by happenstance?
I would say Denville is just here. He doesn't know anyone, but he's here to meet anyone who wishes to speak to an entertainer. He's up on the stage playing, and he loves to play the drums. And he's just whoever wants to play with him can play.
I think I wouldn't know anyone. I think just would meet them for the first time.
First time as well.
Same
Hey.
here. For me though, I would say that because I travel a lot between the Commonwealth, I've probably heard of some of you, but may not have ever met you.
Okay. Let's see if this works.
Whoa,
Whoa.
Ooh.
that's so cool.
That's
Okay.
really cool.
Since this is your screen, Palace, you're gonna have to scroll down to see the rest of the inn. You can also zoom out if you haven't done that. Either the slider in the upper right or the spyglass icon on the drop down.
I will say this, Mortanus, it's not loading on my end for some reason. I can see it on mother screen though.
You may need to reload. Unfortunately, when I move you guys, it reloads the entire thing. Kind of gets a little goofy sometimes.
Give me 1 second.
This is pretty cool that lets you do this, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Like this is really well made, really well done.
Yes, I'd like to thank whoever made it that I stole it from.
Nice.
Now, I joined a handful of Patreons for people that have made some exquisite maps, so I've got a little bit of things because I don't have the time to make something nearly this cool or the skills. Took inspiration from, air quotes.
That's fair. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I'm making adjustments so you can see the whole thing. Don't have all this white space off the side, so it's fills the whole space. All right, so I guess zoom out a little bit more.
Just scroll down a little bit. The main room isn't actually all that.
Okay, there you go.
More downer. There you go.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it a couple of seconds behind. In any case, all right, let's get this game going. So you guys can move yourselves wherever you want. I don't care. So as you can see, it's evening. A gusty, ice-laden wind has been whistling for the last couple of hours outside. The common room actually has a hell of a lot more people, but they don't matter, so we don't show them here. It is a fairly let's say, comfy inn. Fireplace is always kind of roaring. There is a stage where there's apparently a bard playing. Wave hello, bard. And everybody's listening to the music, getting into the general regular brews that have been delivered here from Sarnellis at times past. The smell of various cooking foods, potato type of stew, roast mutton, all sorts of delicious breads and whatnot waft through the area. And like I said, it's a small town, but the inn is kind of a focal point because people come from all over the world in order to experience the brews directly before they've been transported. It's kind of a pilgrimage for the more refined palate that enjoy alcoholism in the greater world here. So you guys are hanging around, drinking, being merry, all sorts of fun things. When the front door opens, whipping in a sleet-laden wind, and Sarnellis himself pushes in, his long, heavy cloak kind of laden down with a little bit of snow, and his wife follows behind him. Sarnellis Icebrew himself, a tall, imposing, rather dour-looking elf, not in the standard, like, obnoxious-looking elves, but more like something weighing him down, like, you know, it's been a long time of work, and he's finally free of it. His wife is also elf, but she seems to be more Smiles. Long golden hair flowing behind her, despite the fact that it's nighttime and there's snow out. It seems to billow of a magic kind of all of its own. The innkeeper there, Andal Aranique, kind of smiles as Sarnellis wanders on in. The brewmaster himself graces us with his presence tonight. But Sarnellis, for the first time since you guys see him there, actually cracks a small smile and then gestures out behind. And for those of you sitting in the common room there, you can see that he's got a wagon, a couple of horses hooked on up to it, and 3 full-size 50-gallon type kegs. I've got my newest, absolute best ale ready for delivery tonight. We should test it. I call it Glacier Ale.
Interesting.
I'm going to give you guys pause if there's anything anyone wants to do or interject here.
Vice's face just lights up underneath her hood. I'm just like, oh. She's kind of
I'm
squirming in her seat.
going to head to the front of the line and form a line, right? Be like, I would like to be the first to try.
Second.
Drusilla kind of hangs back where she's at, kind of observing to see what these people who have just entered are going to do, and just kind of observe, because that's what she does besides talking to people, is observe how things are in day-to-day life.
Denville's just going to remain on the stage playing for the lovely inn.
Someone at the back yells, "Play Freebird!"
I don't do a request.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
So Sarnellis kind of looks at everybody with a little bit more of a smile as he's seeing that there's travelers from afar that are kind of looking a little interested in his newest and, as he said, his latest and greatest. Stegen there is call him a bouncer, but he is what looks to be probably like either a former adventurer or maybe a town guard that's probably gained a couple of extra pounds and retired to a more delicious way of life. He's sitting over there by the door and he holds up a hand as you guys start to line up. Oh, hold on now there. He's at least got to bring the alcohol in before anyone can take a hand at it. If you want to be helping, perhaps he'll give you a little. And Sarnellis interrupts. No. Tonight, this is free for everybody. We're partaking of what I believe is my masterpiece, my, for lack of Latin, my magnum opus, because, you know, Latin and stuff. Took an arrow to the knee. He took an arrow to the knee. Bravo. Small hand clap. So Stegen kind of looks at everybody a little bit sour at having been dressed down by an elf, but slowly rises out of the chair, his bulk settling around his little too tight armor, and he starts trying to help unload the cart and wheel in the enormous casks. And yeah, they're decorated with a little like fleur-de-lis pattern on top of it, with a glacial mountain in the background that's been wood burned very articulately on each of the oak casks, and with a little bit of help from a couple of other patrons and any enterprising adventurers that want to get a little bit closer to it. They move the casks behind the bar. One of them hefted on up and tapped and start passing around tankards of a crisp, very, very, I'm not going to go into, it's a florally type of ale of some sort, and it's free flowing and completely free tonight. So tankards are passed around to all the locals. You find the mayor of the town himself, Hardrum Tooth Chipper, a dwarf. I mean, he's a surly looking fellow, but he's always smiling as if he knows the joke that no one else does. And he's going around from townfolk to townfolk, clapping them on the back, shaking, because he knows this is going to be like hella good tourism. Well, as soon as everybody gets a taste of this delicious brew, they're going to show on up here and see all of the wonderfulness. So he's excited. Everybody's going to be coming and spending money in his town.
This is
Out of everywhere I've been, this is the best. She's squirming. Vice is squirming around a little bit. She's just like giggling to herself while she's sipping on there. And accidentally from her hand where she's holding the handle of the tankard, just a little bit of sparks flew off just for a moment. And she had to kind of like bring herself back a little bit. And hopefully no one had noticed.
I'm just gonna keep drinking. Like, even if my character did notice, he's like, this is too damn good to pay attention.
Right?
Drusilla finally, after hearing all this and sees the mayor walking around, walks up to the bar and gets something from them.
Okay. One of the ice brews or something else? I mean, there's plenty of other things, both ice brew brewed, I guess that's a weird way to say it, as well as other alcohols that are imported, spirits and stuff, actual triple distilled whiskeys and the like.
An Icebrew.
All right. Fair enough. After everybody's partaken of the ice brew, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Someone will have to remind me how to do that.
So open
Yep,
up your
same
character sheet and under core, and make sure that you click normal and core. Like there's a saving throw section to the left. Just click the word Constitution, and it will automatically roll.
So, open the character sheet and go to what?
Go to character sheet, and it's the first tab. It says normal and core, because you want to be on core, and you want to roll normal, so you're not rolling advantage or disadvantage. And then you want to click Constitution on the left, like in the saving throws box.
And we've got our first nat 20 of the night there.
And our first nat 1.
And, wow. Look at that, back to back. We have gotten all the good and bad luck out of the way.
I like how my nat 20 is on a consultation. Granted, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing yet, but
We'll find out.
Yeah, rolling a nat 20 on a superfluous roll is probably one of the most time-honored traditions as well. It's great when it's like initiative or something.
Of course, the bard who's drinking would get the nat one.
That does seem to be the case. So we got 15, 23, a 4. Look at that. It's in red and everything. I'm sorry. And a 17 on there. So, I mean, as far as you know, everything is okie dokie, aside from the bard who starts to slowly change from playing whatever he's been playing for the last couple of hours to doing a little bit more body tunes, or that's probably normal, I suppose, huh?
Yeah, it would be about normal. I mean, after all, an entertainer is only as entertaining as drunk as he is.
Good point. So, I mean, for the most part, people are merry, they're drinking, they're dancing. There's good music, apparently, relatively speaking. Everybody is enjoying themselves. Sarnellis and his wife sit over there in the corner, as you can see, just kind of basking in the, he's completed his greatest brew ever. He is exhausted. It's, a labor of 100 years has been finally complete. What does he do now? Well, he drinks like everybody else. So people are enjoying their wonderfulness, and it's a pretty merry night. Continuing from there. Any last little bits you guys want to do?
Keep drinking.
It's time to drink.
So I can't drink no more, and I have to retire.
Yep, I'm gonna keep playing and drinking.
All right. After, about 2-ish in the morning, give or take, most of the townsfolk have wandered on home. Hardrum Tooth Chipper there is telling the same story that he does absolutely every night about how he got his name. And that's because a giant tried to eat him and broke a tooth, spit him back out. So everybody that's in the town just kind of is sitting there just, we know the story. You tell it every dang night. Andal Aranik is the only one that doesn't drink terribly much. He's got a couple of glasses snuck away that he partakes of, but he drinks the least out of everybody. Sarnellis and his wife seem to be completely sloshed, though. Sarnellis is leaning over the table with one elbow and kind of palming his head, shaking it. I've never felt such powerful effects from my own brews. It is quite inebriating, difficult to speak and focus. His wife kind of pats him on the shoulder. There. It's everybody. And of course, Hardrum wanders on over and slaps him heavily on the shoulder, causing Cernellus to almost vomit all over his dinner there that he's doing. Oh, looks like even the great brewmaster can be felled by his own drink. Either that's the best drink or the worst drink I've ever heard of if it could stop an elf in his tracks. So, unless anyone has anything else, we'll just kind of fast forward a little bit from there.
Works for
I'm
me.
fine with that.
I'm
Yep.
fine
All
with
right,
that.
the evening winds on down. Cernellus and his wife, they're not going to stumble back to their brewery because Cernellus is looking pretty sickly to his stomach. One full keg has been completely emptied. 50-odd gallons are just vanished into the wind or into the outhouses later on as you guys convert all of that sort of fun stuff. So Deora helps her husband on upstairs to where some of the rooms go. The bartender obviously is going to allow them to, the innkeep, I should say, Andal is going to allow them to stay free of charge. All of you, we're going to say, have previously purchased a room for the evening, so there's no gold to be exchanged here. Hardrum finishes off everybody's drink, like literally goes from table to table. Anybody that has left their little dregs of their drink, he pours it all into a gigantic tumbler and mixes it on up, and then gives everybody a knowing wink. Final dregs, and drains it all in an enormous gulp. Stegen, sitting over there on his chair, just kind of watches everybody. He even looks a couple of maybe 3 sheets to the wind, but he keeps his hand on his sword and his one eye open on you guys. He alternates the eye depending on how tired he looks. And then Andal just goes back to cleaning up, bussing, cleaning off the tables, flipping over chairs, and everybody wanders away, heads on to their rooms for the evening. As noted, it's, cold, wintry. The wind picks up, howling significantly louder as time goes on. Snow piling up against the eaves. There's nothing up there. You don't got to scroll that. Until eventually, about, let's call it 4 a.m. or so, not quite 2 hours after everybody's retired, and obviously way too early after all of that drinking. All of you, no perception check necessary. All of you are awakened. Y'all wake up because of a rhythmic pounding sound coming from one of the rooms nearby. Everybody's on the second floor. That's where all of the rooms for rent are. Everybody comes awake as you hear a rhythmic thunk, 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 and then a single sharp, blood-curdling scream, very feminine, and then silence. And then after another couple of seconds, thunk, thunk.
I'm just going to assume the worst and roll right back to sleep.
Denville's going to wake up. Of course, he's going to set a meeting. By the gods! Who is having too much fun at this ungodly hour?
Oh boy, party started.
Drusilla wakes up and just kind of looks around to see if she can, tell from hearing what it might be.
It's thunking.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Slow, rhythmic thunking. It's hard to hear over the whistling of the wind, and as you kind of glance, I mean, it's hella dark 30 at this point. There's no light. If you've got a candle or a lamp or some sort of, any of you can cast light, but even when you peek outside, there's absolutely nothing but the whiteness of snow and the darkness of night.
I want to peek out the bedroom door and see if there's anything out in the hallway, and I've got dark vision for 60 feet.
Okay, you crack the doorway and just kind of glance both sides. It's mostly dark out there. There are a couple of oil lamps that Andal is banked down to their lowest setting. All the doors appear to be shut, and nothing is amiss. The hallway is just as it was when you retreated to bed.
Do I know which direction that the scream came from?
Yeah, the hallway at the very end, or the door at the very end, from our point of view, the right-hand room.
Okay,
Basically next door to where you are.
I will stumble my way over to the door, and I'm going to check the handle. Is it locked?
It's locked.
Okay,
The thumping stops as you approach the door.
I'm going to knock on it. Is everything all right?
What's everybody else doing at this point?
I'm going to go ahead and peek out my door to try to figure out what's going on because I could probably hear Vice walking down the hall, correct?
Yeah, you peek out the door and you see a fiery demon girl walking down the hallway. And in your drunken state, holy crap, it's a demon!
Sounds about right.
Having slept in, or I guess meditated as my elf in the same room, I'm going to step outside.
Okay, so you're in the hallway as well.
Yes.
I'll just like take a like peek and just see if like there's any commotion, but just looking. See
All right.
what's
Vice, you knock politely on the door and ask if everything's okay. The thumping stops, but you hear kind of a sound that would be akin to melting snow outside. You know, that kind of, since I just had a crap ton of snow, the sound of everything just kind of being entirely quiet and then the water rushing down into a drain. It sounds like someone's taking a leak on the other side of the door.
Okay, well.
The brewmaster had one too many brews.
We heard some screaming. Is everything okay in there? I'm going to reiterate.
Entire silence.
I'm going to have Denville walk up to the door since Vice doesn't want to be the impolite one. And just have him hammer his fist on the door. And after that point, just yell, "By God, men, if you're going to have fun at this time of the night, at least try to keep it down a bit."
From downstairs in the common room, once again, you hear the sound of the mayor. "By the 9 gods, keep it down. Some of us are trying to drink."
He's still going. God bless his soul.
Mm-hmm. After you hammer significantly harder on the door, the all sounds cease. Even the little wetness sound of someone urinating. And there's absolutely no need to make a check here. You notice just a little fine trickle of blood rolling out from underneath the door.
Well, that is not good.
By the 9. We need to get in there right now. Can anyone pick a lock?
Pick a lock. By God, you have much to learn, demon. And I'm just going to have Alistair kick down the door. And as he goes to do so, Gidya!
All right. I'm actually going to make someone roll for that one. So give me just a strength check, please.
Okay.
Because if you fail, it's funny.
Yeah, it is.
You're all flexing in front of people. This is how it's done. And you roll a 1. Yeah, I was right.
Oh, God.
You stare down the tiefling, and then "This is how it's done," and bash your elbow into the door. And oh God, that hurt. Funny moment.
Vice is just gonna look at him, just like, yeah.
All right, I was like, so I see this happen. I'm like, and my character's a little buff. He's like, all right, hold on. Let me take a look at this door here. And I shall do the same.
Give me a roll.
I've got a feeling tonight more tennis. I'm just going to roll all low numbers.
I think the dice are loaded. Yeah. Apparently, this door is crafted by the gods themselves as it rebuffs you. Normally, I don't do rolls for any sort of things that don't have consequences because, I mean, you're adventurers. You should be able to open a door. But this is way funnier. You guys just keep flexing and failing.
My character looks at Denville and just gives him a hug of, like, I'm just like, hold me. My pride is hurt.
Get off me, you bloody man!
Drusilla, can you see if the innkeeper has keys?
And then Drusilla, having been standing back behind her by giggling at watching them fail numerous times, walks downstairs to talk to the innkeeper.
You see Hardrum Toothchipper still sitting on a bar stool, slowly savoring and sipping. But as soon as he sees you, he kind of furtively glances around and then quaffs the rest of his mug. A dwarf can't be seen sipping a beer, so he quickly chugs it. Andal, the innkeeper, is actually literally sprawled over the bar, like he was just standing there and then collapsed forward. One arm just kind of spread on it, and you can see a key ring of iron keys hanging on his belt there. The dwarf looks at you, looks upstairs, looks at Andal, looks at you, looks at his empty mug, and looks longingly at the keg. Huh? Help a brother out?
So I help him out by getting him another drink, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And
And then
then,
relieve the keys?
yep, relieve the keys, and I head back upstairs.
Okay. He's so fixated on the alcohol that you're giving him. He very, very specifically says, I didn't see anything except this lovingly crafted Icebrew.
Okay.
Okay, boys, move over.
All right, it doesn't take you terribly long to find the correct key that fits in the door. You throw open the lock, and inside you see Deora sprawled on the ground, most of her throat ripped open, her pale skin completely marred by the crimson of her blood, and kneeling over her is the gaunt visage of Sarnellis, her husband, feeding chunks of her flesh into his mouth, masticating slowly but not swallowing, just. And he looks up with dead, and I do mean dead, glassy eyes, and continues chewing on his wife's skin.
I pull out my battle axe and I'm just like, hey, I'm just like, I yell at him to stop, I guess, to see if there's any resemblance of human left in him.
No, he continues eating. I mean, he does not listen to you.
I'm going to
Why
kill him
not?
if anyone.
No, you do that.
Okay.
By God, man, just put the poor bastard out of his misery.
All right. Well, I'm going. Do I need to roll for initiative, or should I just roll the?
Nah,
hit?
at this point, we're not actually in combat. So, I mean, if you just want to execute him, you can execute him.
Okay, I'll execute him. Roll to hit.
All right.
I swear
Don't
to-
worry about it. I mean, we're
Oh.
just, it's in role playing until we actually
Oh.
get into combat. So, yeah, with stepping forward and a quick little flick of your wrists, his head separates from his body, continuing to chew as it spins across the room, hits the shutters of the window, and then drops down. After a couple of seconds, it goes silent and the body collapses.
Well, this has been. That was not what I thought this noise was. That's all I'm gonna say.
This is horrible.
Something has definitely happened here. For the brewmaster to turn into a zombie. By God, this is just a terrible, terrible tragedy. Who's going to brew the brews from here on?
And the dead wife and loss of life and God. I'm gonna go check the body of like the headless, I guess, the headless body of the brewmaster.
Okay. At this point, it's entirely inert. That has definitely killed him, not to be resuscitated.
Mm-hmm. You want me to roll an investigation or?
Go for it.
All right. Huh.
Hey, nice. Roll. Well, wow, another 20, huh?
My luck in investigation and perception still pays off.
All right. So, checking over the body, the first thing that comes immediately to your attention is that there's no wound. There is no external influence that you could tell that would have caused any sort of this. No evidence of spell work, no evidence of like a cursed weapon. It seems that he just turned and then began eating his wife. What you would, within that 20, what you would definitely glean is that you start to realize that when he was looking ill earlier before, it may not have been from the alcohol. It may have been from whatever caused this transformation.
Continuing on with the nat 20, then can I start removing pieces of clothing and try to look for any bite marks, claw marks, or any kind of things on his body that may have indicated he was injured in any kind of way?
That would have been part of the investigation. When I said
Okay,
he had
so
no
nothing.
wounds or anything, you scoured him naked and saw nothing.
Did he have anything in his pockets, like money, keys, notes?
You find 17 silver and a single gold coin emblazoned with that same mountain logo. It looks like he had it done locally. Some goldsmith actually crafted it specifically for him. It's slightly larger than any other gold coin. It seems to be an heirloom of sorts.
Okay. So look at that. Strange. The only other person that knew where he was coming here is, well, rather beside herself at the moment.
Yep. I mean, other than the obvious, I guess I'll investigate the dead body. Like, is there anything else? I guess to to it, or is it just to see if there's anything clawed marks or anything? 18 perception. Okay.
The body of his wife or him?
The body of the wife.
Okay, digging through the wife, it definitely appears to, let's see, with an 18, that she was undergoing a similar transformation. Her skin, while I said was pale, it's more the pale that she looks like she was turning into a zombie before her husband killed her. So she definitely died of bite to the throat region, but it looks like she was undergoing a similar thing. It's just that he made it first into full zombie mode.
Hmm. Okay, so
Oh Lord.
that's not good.
No, it's not. You don't think the Icebrew downstairs did this, do you?
We should probably check on the people downstairs.
Coincidentally and entirely without any sort of perfect timing, you hear the mayor go, "Oh, what in the ever-loving hell is that?"
Now, what the bloody hell is going on?
We should probably go check on that.
I'm gonna scramble out to the railing and look down.
Yep, that's
Yep.
exactly what I'm doing.
A handful of patrons, including the body of the innkeep that was slumped on over. He wasn't asleep from alcohol. He was dead, and you failed to notice that. But yep, the bodies of some of the various patrons are reanimating into, as you can see, bar zombies. Also, poor Stegan over there. Yeah, most of his skin is literally sloughing off. He's a half meat, half skeleton man over on the far side as he slowly regains his feet. With surprisingly more dexterity than he had when he was alive, and draws his sword. Go ahead and give me that initiative roll, folks.
Stegan Nelaton.
Hi.
Well, I should have clicked my thing.
Yes, you should have.
Click on which thing?
If you click on your token, then roll initiative, it'll automatically add you into turn order.
Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out where to hit on this thing.
Yeah. So click your token so it's like highlighted.
Oh, okay.
And then go to your character sheet and then click initiative. It's in the middle on the core page.
Okay.
Between armor class and speed, just click initiative and boom. There you go.
Okay, so why is it not tracking mine automatically onto the turn?
Because we both didn't click our tokens.
Yeah, you have to have highlighted your token when you do it.
Yeah. So
Alright.
Mortan's got that added in manually, which is more work for him, and I apologize.
Just re-roll it.
But I have my 1812.
So wait,
Okay.
I click initiative, right? And that's all I have to do?
Yep.
Yes.
Let's see if it adds it this time.
You
It says no
copycat.
valid token was selected. What the heck?
See, mine did it. Well, you can just
Yeah.
add a 1 to that.
I don't understand why it's not automatically tracking.
Do you click on your token first?
I don't see what you're talking about token. Like I
Your
see initiative.
icon.
Yeah, Denville Alistair. Click on that, then roll.
Oh, that's why. I'm still figuring out roll 20.
Yep.
Same here.
Okay. Let's see if it works this time.
There it is.
Oh, jeez.
And there goes all of his luck.
Seriously? Did I roll a nat 20 on initiative?
It happens.
I mean, you originally rolled a nat 1 on initiative, so.
Yeah, I guess it worked out for the better. I'm still trying to figure this site out.
Yep.
Give me 1 second. Oh, yeah, I was going to say you can move that around as you need to and resize.
Fair at least show us.
Yep.
Since we're not using that side of the map, I'll show that. There you go.
Nice.
Okay. Wow. All right. Well, Dunville, you are first.
Okay, just to make sure I'm going off basic D&D rules for this Mortana, so I'm assuming every square is 5 feet, correct?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. You can tell my experience is coming already. Okay, how are you doing that?
So on the left side of the bar where you can put the dices, there's actually like a circle with a ruler. Click it and it'll say snap to center, snap to corner, no snapping. Do snap to center, and you can click on bar and drag, and you'll have a ruler, and it'll tell you the distance you can go. So like I have a 120-foot distance spell strike, so anything within 120 feet, I can figure out if I can hit it or not. This will help calculate your movement as well. But do realize we're on the second story, so unless you want to jump over the railing.
That's what I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do at this point if I want to get a first strike in. You know what? What do you want me to roll to see if I make the jump or not, Mortanus?
To jump onto. I mean, it's not really that far. You're an adventurer. It's only 10 feet. I'm not going to make you do anything. So just for every vertical 5-foot square, it'll take 2 of movement. So to jump down, basically, it'll take 20 foot of movement. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to land and run right up to this first bar zombie down here, would I?
What's your movement? 25, 30?
30.
You'd be close. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and you could do that. It's just a straight drop down. So grab yourself in that. Yeah, exactly.
So drop straight to the very top of that first bar zombie. That'll be fine.
That would work.
Okay. I'm going to run up to him and attempt to slash his head off using my longsword.
Give it a go.
Okay. So
That is a hit.
Now
Kill
just
him.
click where it says longsword two-handed on the chat bar for you, sniper, and it should roll the damage.
Okay.
Boom.
sweet.
Nicely done. Give me a second. Gotta verify how it looks on the stream here. There we go. I accidentally left the health bar up for one of you guys. Don't know how much HP they've got. They don't have tattoos showing that sort of shit on their head. All right, what do you did 8 points of slashy damage. And since it's a skeleton, that is perfectly fine. You swing, you hit dead flesh. It cleaves on through as if you're cutting through a raw hunk of meat. But the zombie doesn't seem to notice whatsoever. It stares blankly at you and does not care.
Oh boy. So it's still living, huh?
Still alive.
I'm sure it's fine.
Well, staying undead. Staying undead.
Alive is a relative term.
Let me phrase it. It's still standing and posing a threat.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's staying, regardless of whether you choose to stay alive or.
Steganelatin activates. It is his turn. Well, there is only one target that he sees, and he fixates with little beady red glowing eyes in the skull socket, covered with a mishmash of flesh from the old rotund guard. It is disgusting as all heck, but he shambles on forward, working his way towards death. And then stops bumping into the bar itself there, trying to lean on over with his sword. Just Vice.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and line up a firebolt for this bar zombie right here, which I guess is the innkeep.
It is.
Poor man. And let's launch a firebolt. That's a 10.
A 10 is surprisingly a hit.
Oh, wow. Well, guess it does make sense. They're not really armored.
Hell yeah!
Did you really just... Dazek?
Look, man, I'm really perceptive, but I am not a good fighter. All right.
It
Oh my
happens
God.
It happens to every wizard. They just can't get it going. Their magic don't work.
Do you know how much I drank 2 hours ago? I am still a bit inebriated. Give a girl a break.
You gesture arcane words, and a bolt of flame arcs through the air and hits the zombie in the back of the head with a little piff.
Well, that's my turn.
All right, the bar zombie in the farthest corner begins to shamble on forward, working his way. That's on top of a table. Begins working his way. Actually, he'll stand on a chair, knocking it out of the. This one begins shambling on forward as well. Now there's an active target. Oh, and Hardham Tooth Chipper, extraordinary mayor, wonderful, powerful drinker, not a fighter. He egresses on out of here. Oh, crap! With 2 flagons of ale, one in each.
Did the mayor just really run out of the inn?
He ran to the side with saving the alcohol. It's like that scene in Jurassic World where Jimmy Buffett runs away with his martinis or whatnot, except, it's the innkeeper. We are up to the bar zombie that is right there on Denville. Hello. So give me a.
Oh, Todd, how's it going, bud?
Denville, I'll be down there in a sec once I can actually start moving.
Just pray this zombie doesn't take my life.
I'll give you a quick death if it does.
15 versus your AC.
Let's see. It hits. I got armor class of 12.
All right, and apparently I can't roll damage like you guys can.
You should be able to just click attack, I think. Yeah, just
Yeah,
click attack.
that's what I thought. It's not showing for me here. The attack did. I must have moved it into the wrong area, but I set it up as an.
I mean, it looks like it's letting me click it. Yeah, except for me, if I did it, that's what happens. Weird.
Okay, there goes. 3 bludgeoning. He reaches out with a fist and just back slaps you, pimp slaps you across the face.
Oh, this bloody zombie just backhanded me! How dare you, you undead swine!
And Drusilla.
So Drusilla pulls out her light crossbow, and I guess I just click on that.
Real quick, I'm just gonna make sure, Mortanis, I just go to my character sheet and just manually do the hit points, correct?
Or you can click on your token and change it there. Yeah, because I'm going to be moving the tokens from scene to scene. So
Did I do that right?
I have no idea. I've not seen a split like that. What is that?
Oh,
Did you roll with advantage?
That's what happened. Roll with advantage.
Ah.
With advantage on that one.
Wait, what now?
So when you click roll at advantage, it will do roll twice, and the gray means that's the lower roll, and the black, that one means like that's the roll it's taking because you rolled an advantage.
How did I roll with advantage?
On your character sheet, right above initiative, speed, and armor class, there's advantage, normal, and disadvantage.
Oh,
Make sure
sorry.
normal is clicked.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, it's a 13.
And a 13 is a hit.
Okay. So just
Now click where it says light crossbow on your in the chat box.
There you go. 7.
7 piercing. And which one were you shooting at?
The same one that Denville is attacking.
And since this is 5th edition, I don't think there's actually any penalties for firing into melee anymore, so that should be Oakley Dokley.
Drop him.
All right, Drusilla takes aim and fires, and inexplicably does a heck of a lot more damage than Denville did to his same target. All right, and the final zombie is going to get ready to roll here. And starts working his way towards Denville as well.
So wait, this one zombie that both I and Drusilla have attacked is still alive. Goodness
is indeed.
gracious.
Alive in an undead sense.
Yes, exactly.
Are we really go semantics?
All right.
It's still posed a threat.
So could I do the same thing as Denville and drop down, or like if I drop down, how could I reach that bar zombie to his right? It'd be like 25.
Here to be exactly, it's swinging alive or not, so it still
Go
poses
for
a
it.
threat.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I am specifically trying to take this dude's head off with a swift chop of my axe. Hopefully.
So I'm assuming he's gonna roll with advantage.
Oh my God. It was almost a 1.
That is quite obviously a hit.
Oh God, that scared the. I was so scared.
Ooh, that is a pretty hefty roll. You cleave into the zombie just halfway, neck to shoulder, but it's still standing, disgustingly so. Now that there's a big old crack.
Gents, these things don't seem to re-die as well as they would.
And it looks like we are at the
Yeah.
top of the charts with Denville.
I guess I'm going to continue the same zombie that is in front of me, because if I don't deal with this zombie now, it will deal with me later. So I'm going to take both hands and try for the head again. So it's a 9.
Surprisingly, that's actually a hit.
Or Tannis, you act like as if you were expecting me to miss.
I was.
So it's
However, 4 points of slashing damage is not enough to drop that. You take another swing at it, cleaving a huge chunk out of it, which lays there on the floor, not bleeding disgustingly, but the zombie still stands.
All I'm saying is we do have a pyromancer who's all in favor of just burning this shit down and keeping them inside.
All right, Stegan Ellerton climbs up on top of the bar, takes a step forward, and then that's as far as his movement will allow him to go this turn. He's almost there. Vice.
Okay. I gotta second that notion. It's time to burn things. Hopefully Firebolt will do a lot more this time.
Now, Vice, just be careful to not burn your party while you're at it.
Listen.
Don't miss. Don't miss.
There's zombies
No,
in the bar.
What I'm afraid of is if that firebolt has a area of effect or not.
Yeah,
No,
me
it
and
doesn't.
me and Denville are gonna get cooked.
Beardy, I'm waiting to see if he is going to be the reckless mage or not.
A 25 is most obviously a hit. And for 8 points of damage, the bolt sears through the air, strikes the zombie's center mass, right in where one of the previous hits had carved open a gigantic chunk. The flesh sizzles, but not like normal flesh because it's, dead and decayed. The zombie collapses.
Oh my God, thank you.
Okay, I
And-
got to make sure with Mortanis, does that mean that it's dead or just down on the ground?
It appears to be dead.
Okay.
It's
It also appeared to be dead a second ago, so.
It's been dead actually. But I'm gonna call
Exactly.
out. I'm gonna call up to both of them down there and yell at them to say, "Try to funnel them. You don't want to get overwhelmed."
You shall try to funnel.
Bar zombie. Let's see. The one in the far corner. Bar zombie number 2, the one that's down there. Bar zombie, the one that's dead, gets back to its feet. And it's going to take a swing at you. It uses its movement action to stand up. And then it's going to go all punchy here.
Ooh,
Does a 19 hit, Denville?
Definitely.
I figured. 6 points of face damage.
oh God.
Please don't be dead.
I'm not, but I'm hurting.
Okay.
The zombie claws back to its feet and with a absolute powerhouse punch just socks you right in the solar plexus.
Denville, may I suggest we very swiftly move out of the bar?
I agree with that action, especially
It's a
since
fast
I
effect to roll a new character.
think...
Drusilla.
Okay. So I am going to attack the one closest to. I guess the same one I did before. One, I got back up.
The one that's next to Hangum? Oh, the one that's
Right in front of Denver.
absolutely ruining Denville, yeah.
Yeah. Trying to save him at least.
Give it a go.
All right.
Yeah, Denville's definitely going to have to run here soon.
Well, that's definitely a hit.
Okay.
Kill him.
4 piercing.
It drops.
Yes.
And Bar Zombie. Let's see. It's the one there on Hangum. It's pretty okay with where it's at now that there's another target. It swivels with a slow lurching motion to face the new threat.
What's up? Touch me.
And Pimp Slaps for 21 versus AC. I assume
I-
that's a hit.
Yes. Hurt me.
And slaps.
It just straight knuckles across the jaw, 4 points of bludgeoning.
Ow.
And it is your rebuttal, sir.
Well, I shall rebuttal in anger, and I am going to smack this bitch. Please,
Ooh, a 9 is a hit, though.
wow. Thank God for hit bonuses.
11 points of damage drops it.
Don't touch me. All right, Denville, I strongly suggest we maneuver on out of here.
Denville.
Okay, so since I'm new when it comes to using magic in D&D, I'm going to ask this, Mortanis. I have in my spells Cure Wounds and Healing Word. Am I able to use either one of myself, then move?
Yeah, absolutely no problem. One is an action, one is a bonus action. Healing Word, I believe, is the bonus action. But yeah, you can do that. Now, I have to double check, but since you're engaged, I believe that is there still concentration checks in 5e? It's been so long since I've actually had to do it.
Concentration checks do exist with certain spells, but neither Healing Word or Cure Wounds have a concentration check.
Perfect. So you can fire that off, no problem.
Okay,
So you could fire your cure move, and then if you wanted, also bonus heal, because everybody gets one bonus action a turn if they're permitted.
Okay.
Or you could do any
Also,
combination there.
As a quick roll to let you know, unless you disengage, if an opponent, a hostile opponent is next to you, and unless you actually take an action to disengage, they will get an attack of opportunity on you.
Right.
Correct.
So keep
They
that in
removed almost all of the options that trigger an attack of opportunity, but that is still one.
Yeah, so keep that in mind.
Right.
Because you can
Okay,
easily
so-
move into Steganelatin and then try to move out, and it's a hit.
All right, so I'm going to move over here, down the bar a little bit, and after that, I'm going to use Cure Wounds since I'm so gravely injured.
Okay, give it a go. Wow.
Good God.
Full max points there, I believe.
Ay,
That's a good
much
stuff.
better.
Steganelatin does not care. Standing on top of the bar, he continues to pace after you. Vice.
Lovely.
Quick question, Mortanis. We carried in the glacials barrels in there. Are these two the glacial barrels? Or are they actually over here?
Those two are the ones that were the glacial ale. The third one that was consumed has been disposed of.
Okay. Is there any drinks beneath the bar?
Oh yeah.
I-
All besides the back area directly below Drusilla, where some of the cheaper stuff is. Underneath the bar is all sorts of spirits. The top shelf is actually the bottom shelf.
Oh, smart. I'm going to call out to Hangam and Denville and say, start smashing bottles.
Got
And
it.
I'm going to firebolt the spirits beneath the bar and set fire.
All right.
I told you I was going to be a pyro.
I told you to be a pyro in this situation.
My goodness.
Bolt of fire arcs from the second story. Once again, it smashes into all of the very expensive, very delicious, very, very now wasted alcohol beneath the bar. And a decent amount of them are at least 55 proof or higher. So they go up in a wonderful smell, and the bar catches fire.
Vice, what are you doing?
Smash more bottles, make more fire, make them all burn.
But it's a waste of alcohol.
And a
Bloody
waste of your
hell.
life. And a waste of your life. If you want, grab a keg and run.
Maybe not the kegs. We don't know if that's the cause of all this.
Well, bring something so we can test it later.
So in other words, you're telling Denville to steal alcohol. I have no problem with this.
Is it really stealing when the innkeeper is currently dead and the guy who made it's dead?
By the way, the one that was on Denville gets back up again and is going to sacrifice his attack action to take another maneuver and start walking his way towards Hangam, but he can't. Drusilla.
I guess once again I go after it to help save Hangam. So be once again light crossbow.
Touch him.
18.
More than enough to hit.
4 piercing.
That is enough to drop him a third time.
And as that happens, I look around at the others quickly and go, "There's got to be a way to keep them down."
Reminds me of the scene from the Resident Evil movie. Why aren't they staying dead?
All right, and the final bar zombie is the one that was previously on Hangam. It does not get back up.
Aim for the necks.
And Hangam at the bottom of the combat chart. There's a zombie next to you. Oh, no, that one was dead. Yeah, Steganelatin and 2 other zombies over there.
Well, I'm gonna. Is there like a fire like right where Stegana?
Yeah,
Mhm.
the 2 squares adjacent left and right, as well as the one Steganelatin is on, are all aflame. The flames have yet to actually burn through the bar itself, but they're licking up over the edge, and starting next turn, he'll start taking damage, anyone in that spot.
I don't go to swing for him. I go to but I swing at the bar or the bar that it's on and have him break into the fire. Does that make sense?
Run that by me again?
So I'm hitting the table, where he's standing and try to hope that it breaks or weakens, falls, so his weight will fall through the wood. And
Okay.
he just.
All right, move on up, and then go ahead and make an attack roll.
All right. Hit. If I roll, I swear to God.
Well, that was a mediocre, but you've got a lot of pluses on that. With a great cry, you swing your battle axe overhead, chop down right between the skeleton's legs, and it sunders the whole thing. The skeleton collapses into the burning bottles. A whole pyre of sparks skip up into the air, and the skeleton, it still had a lot of flesh. It starts cooking as it's trying to climb its way back on out.
Ooh. Yummy.
The skeleton seems to take some fire damage.
Oh.
And top of the chart, Denville.
Runner fight. Runner fight.
Oh, more than a fight. But...
I'm trying to think. How do I do it? The bar right here next to this one zombie. Is it currently ablaze? Correct.
No, the red area is the only area that's ablaze currently.
Okay then. So obviously a zombie. I can't. The fire. Oh, runner fight. Runner fight.
Or make more fire.
Yeah, at this point, I'm going to run. Try to get away from it.
Mm.
And I'm trying to think if I can throw daggers or not, but I'll sacrifice it. You know what? I'm going to end my turn at that. At this point, I feel like we're going to need to try to get away. Wait, was that only 25 feet? Yeah, I was about to say I thought it was 30.
Right in the line of a bar zombie.
Oh yeah, you move through a threatened space if you do that.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you
Or
can do
I
that
should
if
say
you're
move into and exit, which is the important part. So you can either go around and not have as much distance, or you could risk an attack of opportunity.
Let's see. So that was 30. Yeah, at that point, I believe that's going to be my best move.
Okay, that looks good to me. As a free action, because he's out of Hardrim notices the bar ablaze, drops to his knees, and kind of like Willem Dafoe in Platoon, throws his arms up into the air. You be burning the alcohol, son. The alcohol did nothing to ye. Let's see, Steganelliton. Steganelliton regains his feet ablaze and is going to take some more damage. Give me a second. A paltry 2 points of damage, but it is free damage. It's free real estate.
not for long. It's not. It's free scaffolding.
Which will burn down into ground and then be more free real estate.
A 21 versus Hangum's AC.
That's a wild hit.
Ouch.
He rams that blade straight through double-handed, just charges it right into your gut. 8 piercing.
Cool, I'm down.
Ooh.
You collapse amid the flames, right next to him. The alcohol leaking on out, kind of coating your body. In a couple of seconds, you'll be burning.
Sweet.
Mm.
Vice. See, Bearded Bee, we are burning the bodies, just the wrong ones.
Well, if they would throw the bottles on the zombie, I'm just saying.
I was essentially trying to get it in fire.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah, it was wonderful to drop the Steganelliton into the fire. Just Steganelliton just stabbed you with a burning sword now.
Mhm.
Oh boy. Okay. I don't have any spells, so not much I can do to save our party member. But I can fire off more fire.
Oh jeez.
Oh, God.
More fire. Let's see.
Here we go with the pyromaniac.
Ruling. If I were to hit a fire bolt here, could I hit like the spigot and make it start spewing out glacial?
You probably could, but glacial is not going to be flammable because it's an ale. It's not a spirit.
Right, gotcha. Never mind.
I mean, it's a wonderful 9.5% by alcohol ABV, but yeah, not enough to burn.
Yeah, the best tasting what's it called? Smirnoff Ice you've ever had.
Yeah, actually.
Jesus Christ. All right,
That actually stalled his camera.
it did. Sorry, I'll try to refrain from that. I'm just gonna shoot one over Denville's head and hit the zombie with a firebolt.
More than enough to hit.
Wait, did it really stall my camera?
Yeah, it did.
It's back.
It's back. You're back now.
Yeah.
Another bolt
Yeah.
of fire arcs through the air, hits the
That-
zombie mid-mass, and definitely seems to damage it, but not enough to do anything. That's the first damage that zombie's taken.
And I want to call out to Drusilla and ask her, Drusilla, you got anything for Hang'em down there?
In terms of what?
Healing?
A eulogy?
Eulogy?
I have no healing spells, if that's what you're saying.
Oh boy. Well, at least there's a pyre.
Yeah, I don't think the fighters got much in the way of healing. In fact, the bard's the only one with off healing, and I'm going to compensate for that in the fact that you guys don't have a rogue for lock picking and trap finding. But at the moment, it's a little bit difficult for the first combat. In any case, bar zombie number 1 shambles on up to Denville, and you know the routine: pimp slap, 14 versus AC.
It hits.
Have I missed a single attack tonight?
No.
6 points of bludgeoning as it claws at, punches at you in the facial.
And this is why I'm on the second story.
Yes.
Same here.
Oh, why is it the entertainer is always the one who gets the most attention, even from the enemies?
I'd like to point out that I'm dead.
I'd also like to point out the entertainer is the one who first jumped off the railing and decided, I want to get up close.
That's a good point. By the way, the bar zombie, all the way back there, gets up again
He's got a vendetta against you, Denville.
and starts walking forward again. Drusilla.
All right. So Drusilla, having seen this and seeing Denville State, attacks the one in front of it. So that is going to be
That one?
yeah.
That is a hit.
Yeah. And then 7.
Not bad. Definitely still up. Your arrow pierces right in its lower lumbar region. That would be a devastating, forever type of injury, but it's dead. It doesn't. Now it's got lumbago. Bar zombie number 4 is permadead. It does not get back up. And Hang'em Windhammer at the end of the chart. You're bleeding there. Does the character sheet have these bleed out roll?
It has death saves.
Yeah,
which is
that's the
next
one.
to the hit dice. And that's just a roll a d20. If it's 1 to 10, you fail. If it's 11 to 20, you succeed. You get 3 successes, you get back up. 3 failures, you're permadead.
All right, Hang'em, give it a go.
Where is that? Sorry, I completely missed where that is.
It
Death-
is to the right of hit dice and right below temporary hit points in the core part of your spell sheet.
Oh, death save. Okay.
Yeah, because my NPC character sheets don't have any of that. And you are not 1 step closer to death.
Okay.
Also, for death saves, so everyone know, if someone enemy hits you while you're down in this death save period, it counts as 2 failure, or counts as a failure or 2 failures, and one or the other. And if they manage to deal the exact amount of damage that your max health is, so like so if you have 10 HP, you're full. They dealt 20, you're automatically dead. They just overkilled you.
All right, Denver, the last dinosaur, you're up.
The last dinosaur? What?
You've never seen that show?
What a good show.
I have not. Okay,
Denville, close enough.
so
got it.
I'm going to use, I believe it's Healing Word. Let me double check this. That has range.
Yep.
Yeah, so it has a range of 60.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use that to help get up Hang'em.
Okay.
So
Well, there you go. 6 points of damage. Health, I guess, technically.
I'm up.
And I believe after that I can move, correct?
Yep.
I'm trying to remember. the one more thing.
Technically,
It's like-
you can move and act because Healing Word is a bonus action.
hmm
Okay. So if I move from this zombie's right next to me, it has a chance to attack me, correct?
Unless you were to take an action to disengage first.
Right.
Which I've already used that action.
No, you've used
The
the
bonus action. You get an action and a movement, And if something gives it to you, you can have a single bonus action to turn. Your spell gave it
Okay.
to you, so you have it. So technically, you could use your action to disengage and then your move.
Okay, so how would I disengage on roll 20?
You just say you disengage.
Okay, then yeah, I'm going to disengage from that zombie. and
I
move.
just, I use my action to disengage and then go ahead and move.
Let's see. There we go. I'm gonna start moving around the bar and try to get something between me and these zombies.
Nice. Also, this is a bog standard equal CR for 4 first level players.
Mhm.
It's
Jeez.
getting vicious in here. For 4 players, not 5, but 4. Steganelatin, buddy, pal. He is
Don't
still
touch
standing there. He looks, as far as a skeleton without flesh can look confused, he looks confused that Hangam Windhammer has resurrected himself, but he has not gotten up, so his attention is not been diverted yet. So the skeleton, notably on fire. Oh, I should take the fire damage. Hold on.
Don't touch me.
Don't say anything. Just pretend to be dead.
Be ready to run.
The skeleton continues shambling this way towards Denville. Vice
How far has the fire leaked out from under the?
was just about to update that, actually. Give me a second.
Yep.
Am I turning into roast human?
Took a second for me to be able to click the dang corners there. There we go.
Okay. Let's see.
Hangam is laying there amidst the flames and alcohol and shattered bottles. It's going to suck in a second.
It will suck. Oh well. I get to see fire.
Vice, if you just killed our fighter with your pyromancy after I just healed him.
Is
I'm
he
going to
dead
confess.
yet? I didn't think so. Creature takes 3, so that's 15 feet. Can't do that. Not in range. Well, that's pretty good if I could. Hang on. It's 40 feet, so I would have to be like, nope, not doing it. Control flames. Create bonfire. Nah, we'll just go another firebolt. And I would like to target this part of like the spirits under here as well. Like I imagine the whole line is just bottles upon bottles.
Yes, the entire underneath.
And then I want to shoot for here and try and create a fire pit there.
Okay, more alcohol explodes.
Whoosh.
Give me a second here.
Yep. We like the fire. We like the fire.
Somehow my cursor is locked into the wrong setting, even though I'm changing layers. Hold. Like right about meow?
Yeah.
Okay, more fire. It'll start
take-
spreading.
I'll take my minion to get over there.
Okay, Hardroom continues sobbing.
I. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Okay, bar zombie number 1 continues shambling after Den.
You beat me to it, Dan. No, listen.
Yeah, that one doesn't know you're up yet.
Okay, I was gonna say like.
Drusilla.
My character was just gonna point at the fire and be like, "Listen."
Okay. I see them chasing Denville, and seeing that they hadn't recognized Hangam as been healed, I shoot the one closest to Denville again.
I really should be making them double move, but Okay, go for it. Wait. Which one closest to him?
That one, yeah. That just
Okay.
pinged.
A 9 is still a hit, though. So nice shot. Hey, man, nice shot.
10 damage.
That hits right in the asshole region, knocking the zombie forward onto its face, and it collapses down, dead.
Something jumped up and bit me.
Oops, apologies. Silenced.
What a terrible way to go. Basically dying of receiving an
What was funny though is all of them have their backs to me now.
True. You're going to be ass-shotting zombies for days. And the final zombie still does not get back up. He's perma-dead.
All right.
Sorry about that, Mortanis.
I'm sorry, but you take 6 points of fire damage, Hangram. As you're laying there amidst the bottles and the fire, you realize that you're laying there amidst bottles and fire. It burns. You take 6 damage.
Damn it, Vice!
Oh my god, guys! I'm alive!
I don't remember giving you my name. I'm gonna look for a window to escape.
Denville, it's your turn again.
I'm just going to go ahead and make a new character sheet.
Oh my god, let me see how far away this is.
Through 2 different fires.
No, I'm sitting there thinking I can cast another healing word to try and get Hang'em out of this fire.
Wait, can you?
Can I not?
How many spell slots do you have?
I don't know how to read it on this. I'm too used to my app.
You should have 2 spell slots, of which you've used Cure Wounds, and so you're out of spells.
Yeah, you
Oh, yeah, you're
probably know 3 or 4, but you can only cast, I believe, first level is just 2.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know 4
okay.
spells, but you only cast 2.
Again, I'm new to using magic in D&D, so.
Oh, yeah, it's okay.
Cough, cough. Perhaps you could look under the bar for a healing potion or something. Cough, cough. I didn't say that.
Before it catches
Alright.
on fire, cough, cough.
Yeah, in that case, yeah, I'm going to roll. What would you want me to roll? Investigation or perception?
Perception. Investigation is for more detail-oriented, time-based stuff. Perception is what do I see, hear, taste, smell, touch immediately.
Okay, so
16 is sufficient that at the very end of the bar, directly adjacent to where you are, he has a little cachet of potion bottles, of which a small handful appear to be reddish liquid. There are 3 in there. They might be healing potions. I mean, at this point, what's the worst you could do? Put them on fire?
oh boy, I'm going to take those, and if I run on the other side of the bar, would I be able to jump over it at any point or no?
Just
I mean,
like-
the bar is just kind of in the way, so jumping on it as you're running, it's not terribly tall. I'm not going to impose movement penalties for that.
Okay.
Just watch out for the fire below it.
Yeah, you walk through the fire, it's going to hurt. 1d6 natural.
30.
Also,
Alright,
you
so
can
yeah.
take an action to sprint and move again for your full movement speed.
through the
True.
fire and flames,
So you could get pretty close to hang him.
and then just like yeet it at my mouth, just like ha.
Just make a ranged attack where you lob the bottle straight up to the second story and hope that it shatters in his teeth and drips into his. I mean, it's going to heal him from the glass.
I'm trying to think. Mortanis, the way that fire is spreading around Hang'em, is it going to go just up and down and out, or like where I'm at now, is it going to spread to there, or is it just going to spread in a certain direction?
You're not a backdraft expert, but it's probably the square is gonna keep getting bigger. You will probably be in the fire next turn, or at the
Okay.
end of the round, I should say.
In that case, I'm going to stay right here.
Roll ranks in fireology and or fireness.
I happen to be
Wait.
proficient in that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not an actual skill, except for then the pyromancer's like, yeah, I've got a PhD in fire.
Fire.
I've got a PhD.
So I'm going to just move there. I've used both actions at this point. I don't believe there's anything else I can do, correct?
Not unless you got a bonus action granted by something, but I think that's basically it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steganelliton has noticed your mad scramble. Steganelliton stands atop of and he has the high ground now. It's over, Anakin.
You underestimate my power.
I underestimate nothing. Will 21 hit your AC?
Yes.
I swear.
Good night, sweet prince.
Going the route of Anakin. No, Hangham's going the route of Anakin, but you're on the way there.
Steganelliton cannot cheer because he has no emotion, but would he be able to smile? He would.
Okay.
Vice, a second of your companions has died next to the growing fire of your fireness, but there is still only two zombies. One zombie and one Steganelliton. No, there are two zombies. Forgot about that guy over there.
Well, I mean, friends, we just met tonight.
Yeah, it's a strong word to use here.
Acquaintances.
It's a strong word to use here.
Drusilla, I got a plan.
What is it?
Jump
Go
out the back
down
window.
there and get Hangam out of the fire. I'm going to do what I can here. Okay. Let's see what we got here. We got 5. This would be what you said, just dropping down 10 feet.
Yeah.
So 10.
Also, Drusilla, he's lying. He wants you to go down there so he could light you on fire. Notice everybody down below has died.
I'm
It's
thinking
not
that too.
a coincidence.
Jump the railing. Here we go. Okay. I guess I can't hold back it right now. So bonus action, Mantle of Flame. My cloak catches on fire into almost like a brilliant blazing wings. And I'm going to clap my hands together, push them out, and I'm going to use Burning Hands on the bar zombie in front of me.
Okie dokie.
First level.
Ooh, 9 points of fire damage.
Plus my charisma modifier, so that's an extra 4 points of damage. Half if it succeeds a DC 10 dexterity check.
Okay. It drops him.
Awesome.
And by the way that it's cooking and sizzling, you have to assume it's died the permadeath.
Okay, I got it permanent. I'm going to use the rest of my movement to hop down from the barrel. And that should be 5, 10, and 15. And that's good right here.
Okay, so does this mantle of fire persist?
It does.
Okay, so that's what the little red dot is for my notification here. Bar zombie number, that one is permanent. Bar zombie number, that one's
there we go.
Still alive. Drusilla.
I see it coming for me. I will. I know it's coming for me, but I'm going to attack. Steganelliton to buy Vice more time to drag a body out since he's already done there, or she's already done there.
Yep.
So I am going to do the light crossbow again against Steganelliton. 18.
18 is a successful hit.
5 piercing.
Yeah, you gotta wait for me to declare whether or not it is, but that is indeed. And the arrow, let's see, that is not bludgeoning damage, most notably. So the arrow catches him in the clavicle and pierces right on through to the back, and the skeleton glances down with empty sockets and then collapses, just falls apart. Flesh to one side, bones to the other. Didn't matter that it wasn't bludgeoning, so you got lucky.
Okay.
You drop him.
But for how long?
And oh, by the way, this bar zombie gets back up
Oh, good.
again. It uses its movement literally to stand, and then you sacrifices its action to move right up there to Vice. Ah. And now fire. Nope, Hangam goes, and then fire. It's good that fire gets its own action now. Would you like to make a not die saving throw, please? You have not died, so you are one step closer to the edge and about to break.
Plus, if you take fire damage, it's an extra fail.
Oh, good point.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, he still has 2 that he could fail, correct? Since I did revive him already once.
Yeah, it resets when he gets back up, but he went back down,
Okay.
so he would be at 2 fail saves. He takes fire damage right now, which he will.
Right.
But yeah, Palace, you didn't move your character to come get him. You didn't hop down.
Roughneck put it very, very well. New goal: don't die.
Oh, I'm one step away.
Pierce
me a
Palace
sec.
is not about saving these people. I'm about to do the same.
Some odd reason, I can't click the other box. I'm just going to make... Ah, got it. Let's see. That zombie is permadead. Hangam, you're going to continue to burn. I'm not even going to roll for that. Okay. You are all done. Next turn. Denville.
All right. So I click death saves, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Oh,
Hey, nice one. And that is your turn. You are not closer to death. Steganelatin. Aw. Yeah, the hero. Vice.
He didn't get back up. That's good. Okay. Best course of action. Can I use a bonus action to try and grab and drag Hangam out?
Sure, if you can get close enough, I'll give you a bonus action to just grab his pants and drag through the bottles in liquid
5,
fire. Face down.
20. Grab.
I'm saving you! Drag through
25,
fire. And
30. He'd be here. Okay. So action to disengage. 5, 10, 15, 20. Bonus action to grab hold of Hangam, and I'm resistant to fire. So I take half fire damage. You want me to take that? And drag Hangam 25, 30, putting him right here below me out of the fire.
okay. You
Fire
take a point
damage.
of damage then.
Yep. We are pulling him out. Drusilla, cover me, please.
Slowly but surely, that one's working his way upstairs.
Done it.
Drusilla,
Done
your
it.
turn.
Attacking the one closest to Vice and Hangam.
Hit.
Okay. 5 damage.
That drops him.
You drop down here and help.
And I'm going to let this slip. That is permanent dead. For those that are unaware, the zombies then, when they die, quote unquote, unless it's radiant or fire, they get to roll a Constitution saving throw. And if they beat 11 plus damage taken, they stand back up with 1 hit point. And that buddy, he kept rolling mad numbers. So
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So can I still do my movement?
yes, indeed.
Cool. Alright, so I'm going to... How'd y'all do the line arrow thing?
It's the ruler that looks like a comb inside of a circle.
Should be right above the dice.
Oh, okay. And then which one did you say? Snap to center?
At the
Yeah,
center keeps it in the
seriously.
center of the square.
Okay.
Makes it easier for movement.
So it's going to be 10 feet and then 15, so it's 25. So I can drop down to, I guess it's, well, here for 30,
Okay.
and that's it.
Hang him.
Don't die.
Come on, hang on. We got you this far.
I know. Oh god. Mercy! Mercy!
He
Success.
Oh.
That's why they call me the fighter, right? But
Oh, Denville.
All right.
Operation Don't Die.
Yes. Let's see here. Denville, you are cooking a little bit.
Ah,
And it
So
is
do
your
I-
turn. So you
So-
automatically fail your try to get up save right here.
okay.
I wonder how that happened.
Steganelton, you be dead also. Vice.
Oh boy. Okay. Drusilla, can you take Hangam?
Sure.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. I'm going to search Denville for those healing potions.
Yeah, presumably they're actually probably in his limp hand right there.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, lucky find. I found some potions right here on this dead guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna take all 3 from him, but I'm gonna pop one open and pour it down his throat.
Okay. I believe that's one. No, healing potions are 2d6. Hold on, I got it.
Depends on what quality they are, but yeah.
2d4 plus 2.
Yep. So 2d4 plus 2 will give you 9 HP.
Hey, not too shabby.
Time to wake up, Bard. You don't want to be a barbecue.
Any other action?
I'm going to take the bonus action and I'm going to throw the healing potion I have to Drusilla.
Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, you guys are
Dex throw.
adventurers. You can catch that one.
Okay.
Cool.
Nah, don't worry about it. At this point, I don't want to penalize you anymore for, it smashes into his. It heals the zombie now. Drusilla, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to take the potions that I just caught.
Singular, or
Singular.
I think just the one, right?
Yeah.
Yep, just the one.
Yeah, okay. And I'm going to open it up and I guess make a 5-foot movement over to hang him, and same thing, pour it down his throat.
Okay, 2d4 plus 2.
Okay, how do I do that?
If you want to just type it at /r space 2d4 plus 2. Exactly like that. 6 points of healing damage are poured down Hangum's throat.
Cool. And so I guess so I still have a movement left. I need to get out of there.
Oh,
Probably a good idea. You will start to burn next at the end of the round.
All right, so I'm going to, in order to stay away from the fire, I guess go around the zombie.
The dead zombie, yeah.
Yeah. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Puts me right in between the two.
Nice.
Yeah.
Other bar zombie, which technically was going before you, but I deleted the wrong one, is going to start moving back down the stairs with kind of a exasperated.
I hate stairs.
Hangum Windhammer.
Oh gosh, this is I can play.
You're also prone, so.
I stand up.
Okay.
And does that cost movement speed? Or
That uses your movement, but you could sack your action for bonus movement.
I do that. And then
Okay.
do I get my full 30 speed of movement or
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. 5, 10. So I can't just step over the zombie, correct?
I mean, you can. He's dead.
Oh, 15,
Oh.
20, 25. I'm just gonna be right next to my savior.
That looks like you're standing on him.
Getting pig. Our female elf is giving a large man rider a piggyback ride right now.
Exactly.
I'll move right there then.
I'm a fire angel. Now wake up, Denville.
That
Go.
would be my.
Wench, you are no angel to me.
You're alive, aren't you?
She did save you eventually.
She did, yeah.
I can leave you here if you want.
All right, that's my turn. I'm gonna quickly run to the bathroom, like very quickly.
Sounds good.
All right. Good lord, the fire is getting bigger.
Jeez.
Yeah, first encounter, first night of the game, and we've burned down an inn. Congrats.
Did I not tell
I
you?
I probably should have given you a point of inspiration for the idea of throwing all of the stuff on fire, but I think that it's negated by all of the dying that it's caused. Eh,
But how many zombies have been killed because of it? And stayed
none.
burnt? Well,
How hang on. You say that, but right after we got Hang'em back up, the fire burned him and downed him again.
Everybody that's within the fire, please take 3 points of damage unless you are resistant, and then do your dealio.
okay. Boop, boop. We're going to take my 1 point from before, so yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
And Denville.
I'm going to use my action and bonus action to get out.
GTFO, good plan.
Yep. Let's see. So I was right next to the table, if I've seen it correctly.
Okay. Were you prone? I forgot to mark it.
That's a good question. I'll leave it DM's choice.
Well, you just got healed, correct? You haven't
Yes.
taken an action since you were healed, so you were prone. So one action or movement to stand up, sack your action to get out of the fire.
Yep. So I can only move 30 feet, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna end my turn there, just trying to get away from the chaos that Vice has caused.
Look,
Speaking
I'm hearing
of
a lot of
Vice, it's your turn.
I'm hearing a lot of complaining right now. Okay.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. This is good.
I don't either.
Allow me to go on record that anytime I hear evil giggling from any one of y'all, I don't like it.
Oh boy.
If I need to, I'll do that later. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Sprint. Forgo my action. 5, 10, 15, 20. Hardrum, we really need to get going.
Oh yeah, I forgot that boy was cowering over near the stage.
Yeah, you mean the mayor
He's
of the
not
city?
cowering. He's making a tactical defensive position.
With tears in his eyes.
Yes, for the alcohol, not for the people.
So I need to roll a persuade to get him to get up.
Okay. It doesn't take too terribly much as he is seeing the flames getting closer by the second, and he'll follow. Drusilla,
Alrighty.
You've got a little bit of fire on the left and the fire on the right.
Yeah. Can I take my action so I could run a second time for further distance?
Yeah, you can move and then sack an action to do another move.
Cool. All right. So let me see what I was going to be at again. Yeah, you said 60 there. I was going to do 50 so I can move to the left. So I'm going to move to right here and then set my action and move. And how far do I move on the when I sack it? Do I get the full back or? Well, I guess well, if I move there 10 for those 30, but oh no, that was
you've got effectively 60 total.
Okay, yes, that's 60 right there.
Okay. Hey, it's our good friend Bar Zombie. Hang him.
I'm doing basically the same. I'm sprinting. I'm going 60, not through the fire. I guess that's 55, so I'll go right here. One. Nope, wrong. Hold on. Haha. We're getting the fuck out of Dodge.
Don't blame us at all. Yay, the fire expands! The fire expands! Yay!
I fully blame you, Vice. I fully blame you.
But you're alive.
I would like to say that even though that the fire may have caused my death, we probably wouldn't have been out of the situation without the fire.
That's a possibility. Denville, it is your turn.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just assume by the image the door at the very bottom there is the actual door to the end, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
straight down from where you are.
There you go.
Right. Yep. On that note, I'm just going to look back at everyone and be like, might I suggest we all get out of here? And just haul ass to the door.
Tactical retreat, not run.
At this point, I don't care what you call it.
Okay, I'm going to assume the mayor moves on my turn as well.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Sprint. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Dwarf only moves 20.
That's fine. The dwarf can keep going. He'll be fine.
He's not one of us. Just forget him.
He's the mayor. If we save his life, there should be a reward.
If there's not, I'm going to punch him.
Drusilla?
I move. Do my movement. So.
Oh, I'm not done.
Is the plan at this point everybody bailing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because then we can just drop out of combat.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And
all right, then continuing with combat.
And I was going to say, Mortanis, you can hold me to my word. If we don't get a reward, I will punch the mayor. I like
And so I, how you call it, give up my action for another movement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Burn, zombie, burn.
Hang him.
All right, so we're going.
Hang on. Can I point out something real quick, Mortanis? I'm assuming that zombie moves through the fire, correct? So doesn't he take fire damage?
Oh, yeah.
No, he was never near the fire.
Oh, he wasn't? Okay, never mind then. I'll shut up.
Oh, no, wait. Yeah, I guess he did.
Yeah, because that's a foundation.
Yeah.
Like post. He would have had to kind of tickle the flames a little bit.
More than tickle.
He's fine.
Fine.
It's funny because if I scroll down far enough to where the halfway part of the fire is obscured, all of the fire vanishes. So I didn't actually see where it was on my screen.
The zombie's just a little dog in the burning break room. Everything is fine.
All right, continuing. Hang him.
So I run here, and then I'm going to use my foregoing my action and sprint, and let's see how far I can actually get on 30, just to play it correctly. Get right there. So, boom.
And Denville, you can make it on out if you want.
So what should I do in order to indicate I'm just out of the building? Just put it like down here. And
Yeah,
out?
just move it out of the way. We'll
Okay.
keep track.
Yeah, in that case, I'm just gonna move them over here so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And my turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna just want to copy and paste them anyway. So put them somewhere where they're all together one side of the building. And Vice.
I am going to Burning Hands the zombie.
Ah,
Move a little bit
smart.
closer. So moving that while the mayor can get out, I'm going to hold its attention for a moment. And Burning Hands. 6, I saw my mantle on. So that is 10 points of damage or 5 if it succeeds a dex saving throw. Although the spell save should be 14, not 10. I don't know. I'll have to fix that later.
Okay. In any case, 8 is not sufficient for any of that. So what was the total damage? 10?
10 fire damage.
Still standing, but it is still looking pretty screwed up.
20, 25, and I'll end my turn there.
And let's see, Drusilla.
Okay.
You want to pop on out?
I'm going to make sure it can't follow us, and I'm going to move over here, and then I have that way I don't hit Vice as I aim, and I will shoot at it with a light crossbow.
Pew pew.
That is a hit.
Cool. 6 piercing.
It
So
is
real
still
quick, Morgan,
standing. Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, just because I know every DM's different. If we get a 19 or a 20 natural, is that a critical or no?
Surprisingly, 5th edition doesn't have native, but it is a bonus rule in the DMG. And so if you roll a nat 20, then you do max damage. We're gonna do crits like that.
Okay.
I forgot to bring that up because 5th edition doesn't actually have that baked in. It's an optional rule, like so many other things. But yes, crits are nat 20, and you roll max damage, not double damage.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure because I know every DM does things a little different.
Yeah, it's kind of sad to me that they made that an optional rule, but we're gonna go with that one. But yeah, continuing, Barzan. Ha ha ha! My day is nigh. Will a 17 hit your AC? Three points of pimp slap.
Still standing. Let's go.
Hang him.
I'm debating on doing the right thing or leaving.
Leave.
Save yourself. Save yourself.
Look, I don't have much faith in you at the moment because you kind of went down and started burning. So
That wasn't my fault, Mr. Firehands.
Mrs. Firehands, and don't
Sorry.
you forget it.
Sorry, Mrs. Firehands. Anyways, yeah, I don't know y'all that well yet, so bye.
Leave it. The moral compass of a tiefling is a lot higher than other people's.
Fire expands, of course. I'm not even going to bother anymore. Just the bar's burning. It's just. Hopefully, there were no other rooms occupied that no one bothered to go check. But Denville, it is your turn.
I mean, I'm outside, so at this point,
Okay,
does it
staying
even matter?
outside. We're just we'll skip over. Vice.
Can't burn hands anymore because I've used up my spells. Bonus action to quaff a potion.
Not bad.
Back to
In
full.
fact, maximum. No, force. It's a fair. In any case,
and action to go ahead and have Hardrum move, I guess. Get him as far as you can. And I'm going to disengage. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Keep a safe distance. I can't attack anymore, so that's good.
Drusilla.
I'm going to continue attacking.
And an 8, unfortunately, is actually a hit.
You confused me for a minute there.
Their AC is exactly 8.
Okay.
There you go.
That drops them.
Hopefully it stays dead.
If not, I'll make sure of it.
I got to do the GM roll here. Okay. For those of you that ever need to send me a roll without anyone else seeing, instead of /R, it's /GR, and it whispers to GM. Bar Zombie does not get back up. He is permanently dead.
All right, now
And
combat's over.
That is effectively combat. So let's just say everybody gets outside and we'll reconnoiter on that after a 5-minute bio break.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Mr. Palace, if you would do the honors, stay tuned. We will be back in a couple of minutes. Hold, please.
I don't have a beer back screen.
Oh well.
Well, starting soon work for now.
No,
Sure.
Roll with it.
Okay.
All right, ladies and burnt corpses, we're back.
Yep, we're all back.
All right.
Okay, so as the inn burns behind you, it's a wonderful, picturesque view that the painter of light himself, Thomas Kincaid, probably would have done. The snowy backscape, the mountains in the distance, the stars in the sky that are clouded out by the thousands of motes of burning embers from the inn as the roof collapses in on itself. Big burn. I mean, it was a wonderful inn. It was stout and sturdy, big timbers. Those are going to burn for quite a long time. Hardrum just kneels there in front of the inn. I can't believe it's all gone. I can't believe everything's all gone. What happened in there? I've not seen such sorcery ever before.
Well, there were zombies, and now there are no zombies.
Zombies. I don't think that you can. I've known the innkeep for many years. He was never a zombie. I would have noticed that.
But I've been turned into a zombie. It wasn't a continuous theme.
Well, what manner of sorcery could do such a thing?
Another zombie?
No, it's not actually The Walking Dead. Zombies don't beget zombies in this case.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think in D&D it's what, necromancers that turn people into zombies?
Most likely. He stares there, tears streaming down into his beard, watching as the flames lick at the sky. I can't say this is the best I can't say that this is the best outcome that would have been possible. The inn, those poor people, but those creatures. Oh, those creatures, if they had gotten out into the town, who knows what could have happened if it weren't for you. So it seems I owe you a great deal of thanks.
I just want to point out the whole time y'all have been conversing, Vice is side, hood up, and it's just been like giggling to herself very lowly while looking at the fire.
Meanwhile, Denville's just been crying and sitting there just mumbling, "Oh, the beer, the beer."
I don't have the resources that I would like for something like this, but were you willing, I would see my way clear to free up some of the town funds in order to pay such hardy adventurers as yourselves to discover exactly what caused this travesty to occur to my town and my townsfolk, to Sarn Ellis himself. Discover what caused this and put an end to it, that it may never happen again, and I would be willing to pay handsomely.
You
Make
said
the
gold,
scum-
so I'm in.
To make the scumbag paid for this insolence and ruining such a good time? By God, I'd do it for just all the free ale in life. You could hang on to the petty gold.
He actually cracks a little bit of a smile and then gestures at the burning inn. All the ale you could ever want is in there. You're happy to take it. Knock yourself out.
Now the slow giggling has turned into full-blown laughter.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, so at this point, we're actually going to pause on the adventure because we've completed a fairly heavy chunk of combat, and it's our first time. Be gentle. So, what I'm going to say is that Hardrum is going to offer up some gold, and we can negotiate on that, as well as a couple of healing potions because apparently you guys need them. And then it will be up to you guys to use all of the skills at your availability, investigation, keen sense, the ability to make things catch fire, and determine what the cause of this was and put an end to it. So we will get into that a little bit next week. So we're going to end the session, but continue the stream for a little bit as we do a little bit of a post-game breakdown. We're going to try to do that every single week, every single session, I should say, since we're not guaranteed to be playing every week, so that we can kind of decide what we liked, what we didn't like, what just ruminate on things, redigest them, and make ourselves into better players as well as everything. So someone just dropped off here.
Yeah, it looks like it. May have refreshed or reconnected.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
So, as far as first combats, everybody at least has played D&D 5th edition before, correct? This is not anyone's first time for 5th edition at all.
Right.
Right.
Okay. So as far as things go, let's go down the line, starting with Danzig. Thoughts?
No, I mean I thought went really well. The zombie encounter was it was a fitting CR rating for us to be able to that. The whole reason everything kind of went down south is there was, we played to our characters like we would as we were supposed to, and we just got kind of overwhelmed. And honestly, it wasn't the best outcome. Like I said in our little break just a little bit ago, my plan wasn't to set everything on fire this session, but some things are unavoidable.
It's absolutely amazing that I was expecting that your pyromaniac tendencies would be something that is a funny aside that happens in character moments here and there, and it actually wound up being a decent clinch. So it not only was a character driven moment, but it also drove the plot fairly well because it took care of the zombies. Yeah, unfortunately, RNGesus was blessing me tonight so very well. I don't think I missed a single attack roll whatsoever. And zombies and a skeleton, they don't got a lot of pluses to
They
their
really
rolls,
don't. They don't have a lot
So-
of AC. They don't have a lot of health. The only thing they got going is their Constitution revive, and you were nailing each and every roll pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, most people were killing the zombies at the end there by just a couple of hit points, which allowed me to rejuvenate that last one. It was only when people started dropping them for like 11 and 12 for their final hits that I was able to, because 1d20 plus 3, and I had to do 11 plus the damage. So, there's a theoretical cap there. Anything above like 12-ish was impossible to come back from, but it was a confluence of really good rolls on my part and really, really bad everything else.
That's just how the game goes.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. But all right, Palace, thoughts?
I really enjoyed it. I like the fact that we started off with a bit of role play in the bar scene, as well as going up here to our beds and things. I don't know. We didn't really talk about it at the beginning as far as how much experience, but this is only my second campaign, and my first campaign I'm only like 5 sessions in it, so I'm very new to D&D, and so I like the fact that we did some role playing first. That's something I'm very new to. I do feel like I have to explain myself for not jumping off the balcony though, because I know Dante was like, "What? Why didn't you do this?"
Back me up. I'm alone. Okay.
Well, it was one of those things. It's like because we didn't really go into our characters that much. My Drusilla is very reserved, and so more of a because of I wouldn't say it was she's a typical noble, so she likes to observe and see things how things are going to play out and kind of do things from afar. And on top of that, she's primarily an archer. So getting up and close like that is not something that she's very. She does have a short sword, I believe, but she's not very good at being up close like that. She'd much be from the distance, taking things out.
I mean, same here. That's why I have 7 HP, and that's why I stay.
Yeah.
But at that point, like if we didn't jump down, someone was going to die.
Right.
On our side.
I mean, I did jump down. I did jump on point, but I wanted to make sure that, because I saw how much they were overwhelming them down there, and like Mortana said, everybody who was down the stairs was dead. So I wanted to at least get rid of part of the threat before jumping down, seeing as both of us were ranged characters.
Yeah, it worked out in the end.
Yeah, it worked out very well.
Yeah, it's definitely a sound strategy, especially since we were getting overwhelmed. I think that's really the only reason we even went down to begin with, is because, I mean, if you look on the screen, there was just around the bar itself 4 zombies and then, Skeleton Boy.
Yep, and then 2 more coming in.
Yeah, I mean, classic Romero-style zombies, they shamble, they don't run, and the threat is not that they are a zombie, it's that they can slowly but surely overwhelm you with numbers, so
Yeah,
it worked.
I think that was like my biggest issue is like, I'm playing towards like a human fighter who's like just a hand for hire. He has like sheer confidence, but like at the same time, I could have at least not been that confident to like fling myself as a level 1 fighter.
Yeah.
And maybe just like take the stairs, but also just like the excitement of combat. I was like, I'm going in.
Now,
Yeah.
I will say I am glad that we ended this, and all of us are alive. None of us have to make new characters.
Amen
Well,
to that.
just as an aside, I mean, like I said, I've been doing this for 30 years, and there's people that are on the old school, and I do mean like old school, where the DM is against the players, and it's a challenge of the wits and battle to the death. I don't subscribe to that whatsoever. I don't think that characters should die unless they want to die. The players should not be robbed of their enjoyment of fun because a bad dice roll killed them. Some people might think that that's part of the game where the dice fall where they may, and if it's bad for you, okay, I do understand that, but I believe that everybody's here to have fun. And so should someone have succumbed to the fire or failed their three get back up saves, I wouldn't have declared them permanently dead unless the player wanted them to be permanently dead. There's a whole realm of, we could have crippling injuries, they could be resurrected. I just don't believe that one bad dice roll should resolve an entire character that someone loves and put effort into to the trash bin. I just don't think that that's a real thing anymore. Old school, that was the way that it should work, but we all want to have fun. And, I love that we can laugh and look at it. If I roll a 13, you're dead, son. And that's perfectly fine, but it shouldn't be the end all be all, that just because the dice says someone dies. I think the player's the final determinant on that. So even had someone died, don't worry. The final death was not in the cards unless they want to roll a new character.
Okay.
I didn't want my character to die. I was just jokingly like, stress.
Backup characters at the ready.
Yeah, I always do, keep a handful just in case, because I've always got more ideas than I've got time to play. But yeah, I just don't think, I mean, that's kind of the other thing. It's difficult to say sometimes, but I don't actually like combat all that much in any tabletop RPG. I know that basically you build your characters around choosing spells and abilities and weapons and armor for D&D, but I find that to be the least interesting part of the game versus the social role-playing and interaction with NPCs and plot and story and the like. So combat, one of the things that I absolutely hate is any sort of save versus death type of mentality. Hey, guess what? You rolled a 2, you got vaporized. I just don't find that to be fun. As well as the type of encounters where someone makes a bad roll and then they have to sit out combat for 4 or 5 rounds because things just didn't go their way. Because everybody, I mean, especially when we play in real life, my actual RPG group, nothing beats gearing up, getting your stuff, driving a half hour, sitting down, and then a really crappy roll means that you're just sitting there twiddling your thumbs for the next 2 hours in a combat situation. That's not fun. Building a combat where, okay, well, this character cannot be spelled or charmed and everybody's a mage. That's difficult. No, it's not fun. That's just so making sure that it's an enjoyable experience for everyone and they get to contribute regardless is a big priority for me. So if you ever feel that you're being marginalized, that your character can't contribute, please talk to me and we will, because I don't feel that versus mentality. I want everybody to have fun. That's not to say there won't be difficulty where your character can't do everything. Some things are going to be immune to magic or arrows or stabicating, but by and large, I want everybody to feel like they can contribute regardless of their skill set or character, regardless of classes in there. We don't have a cleric, we don't have a thief. I don't want people to feel like, well, we're definitely going to not have any problems with traps. Well, we might not see a lot of traps in this campaign because it's not fun for there to be a pit every 10 feet because you guys don't have a rogue and I'm going to mock you for failing. Let's have fun. So
Well, see, I agree in that mindset because for me, D&D is it's not combat focused. It's always been RPG focused. It's always been RP focused. It's about being in a world with a character and exploring the world and doing things together as a team and a party. And combat just kind of accentuates that to the point where it's just kind of like, hey, we do a fun battle encounter because we're brave warriors. But it's also that, unfortunately, the battles is what takes up the most time in a campaign. Like, we'll be compared to like role playing things, we're gonna fight, it's gonna last a while, especially in roll 20 because it's just kind of unavoidable at that point. But like a good battle every now and then is nice to have. But yeah, having the ability to like the camaraderie of everyone standing together, finding out about each other, going through the heartbreaking moments and the victories, that's D&D, at least in my opinion, of how I've always enjoyed it. The combat is just secondary to make everything better.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to need to have combat because every character is built around the idea that they're going to contribute to combat. Removing that is removing a major portion of the game, but expect less combat than you might in other campaigns, and expect to be flexing your investigation and history and knowledge arcana skills more than you might normally think. That's the sort of thing that I find to be where all the entertainment really comes from for playing, is not hitting things with a stick or a fire, but you know, adding to the world through skill rolls. So
I will say I'm normally a like I'm not complaining about anything you said that all like I agree with that. I will say I'm also combat heavy. You know, like I do like combat, but I'm not going to just like go look at an NPC and be like he needs to die for no reason, right? I'm not going to cause a fight if it doesn't need to happen. I understand that there's politics and we can have fun, you know, using speech and stuff. Um and I'm not going to complain about the lack of combat. I do enjoy RPG, you know, because that's one thing I do struggle with in D&D is like coming up and just like making up something on the spot to while I'm talking with someone, and then like hoping that it works out, you know, or like using my perception or just like focusing on other skills. Because when I first joined D&D, it was just like, yay, I get to swing my big sword, you know.
yeah, I very much subscribe to the idea that DMs are supposed to work like a improv troupe where you say yes and rather than no but. So if a character has a decent idea, and I mean a decent idea, there are obviously ideas that are going to suck. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If it's a completely dumb idea, I'm going to tell someone, no, that's dumb. Seriously, don't do that. We will laugh at you and mock you forever. But if it's a good idea or even an average idea, I should be rolling with your ideas, not telling you what is what. So yeah, I very much, if you ever find that you want to add more to that, but you're not sure how, just have your character look around. Is there anything that you could think? I mean, like we had Danzig earlier, you know, are there bottles underneath the bar? I mean, obviously it's a bar. There probably are bottles, but I hadn't actually figured where the alcohol was going to be in specific placements, but that was a really good request. That's where the bottles are now because it just makes the most amount of sense at that moment when he asks for it. So, boom, look around and come up with anything. I mean, in the sky is the limit with imagination in this. So,
Yeah, whenever
don't
I
feel bad
DM,
about being mocked. I won't do that too much, just 10-20% of the time.
I've always subscribed to the idea is whenever I do DM is that if you can come up with an idea and you can explain it and it makes sense, then I'm willing to roll with it. Like you said, with the bottles underneath the bar, okay, that's flammable. We can catch fire there. Or like when I asked about the kegs, I was just like, can I shoot the spigot off and create like a flame thing? He's like, well, no, because this is the reason why. I'm like, okay, that makes perfect sense. So just kind of thinking outside of the box and then working with, and that's why I really enjoy it. Like, so thank you for doing that. And I'm excited for the rest of the campaign to see what we can come up with as we go along, and we'll see what you present us.
Yeah, that's something I'm going to have to get better at because that's something I don't know what kind of questions to ask as I'm new to the role playing aspect of D&D.
And that's just something you just learn through experience and through playing. And I'm pretty sure you're going to get a lot of that here. Because like some of the best moments in a campaign happen from the out of the box thinking. Like I've seen a party of level 7s take down like an elder dragon because they had so much like, okay, I've got this over here and I can combine this. And now we've made basically giant barrels of explosives and we just managed to trap the dragon and blow it up to Kingdom Come. I'm like, all right, so level 7s just beat a CR23. Everyone enjoy level 14.
Yeah. This is a story I tell to my new gaming recruits fairly often, but long time ago when I started third edition, about 2001 or so, I was gaming a bunch of friends. I was DMing because I always get roped into DMing. And the characters were supposed to take down a dragon. Bog standard story that every D&D campaign eventually goes through. Dragon menacing a town, go kill dragon. And they went into a local shop and I was just doing some flavor text describing crap on the walls. You know, it's a hunting town, so there's a lot of various, you know, there's bows, there's arrows, there's bear traps, there's all this, there's pittons and crampons for climbing the ice and stuff. And one of the players just kind of looks at me, did you say bear traps? I'm like, yeah, you know, bear traps, you know, the type you spread open, you put the pin in and it can break bones and stuff. He's like, okay, I buy all of them. absolutely all of them. And I had no idea where he was going with it. But long story short, between bear traps and pittons and some pretty heavy chains and some really good rolls, they seeded a dragon's cave with a bunch of those. And the dragon continually failed all of its strength checks inexplicably to break out of them. And they pinned it down, and it was a 3-turn encounter. And it was a big bad evil BBEG, big bag evil guy. It was a long thing that I'd planned. But in that moment, I'm not going to tell the players, look, that was a wonderful idea, but this is the adventure I had planned. No, it's like, all right, dude, I got to give you guys props for doing that, because it doesn't matter that you ruined an adventure. You won the adventure by thinking outside the box. So never worry that it's going to be too weird or too game breaking. Usually that's where the best moments come. And that's the sort of thing that I'm literally still telling that story 20 years later, because everybody enjoyed it so much. So that's the sort of thing you want to have, is think outside the box. Anything that pops into your head, use it. The crazier, the more memorable.
Okay.
Sniper Eye, any closing thoughts on tonight?
Really the biggest thing is just learning this whole system, like as far as Roll20 goes, because like I said again, I'm more used to actual tabletop. Like this is only my 3rd campaign I've been in when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons. Learn this, it's a lot of fun. And the one biggest thing I enjoy about D&D more than anything is just, whereas Lumberjack's more for the combat, I'm more for the actual role-playing parts, because it gets me out of my head. As you see, I love doing character voices. I'm going to do that throughout this entire campaign. So, I mean, learning this system, it's definitely fun. It's going to take some more learning in order to learn everything. Like I said, this is the first time I play as a bard, using spells and everything. I'm usually just a fighter, hack and slash murder hobo. So.
I mean, I don't get to play very much, but when I do get to play, I like to do something like a bard, and things like bardic inspiration to buff people on up, and your knowledge skills become hilarious. Usually the way that I play it, which is a good segue for skill type of things, if you have a knowledge skill, if you have a history check or the like, and if you fail it, straight failing is kind of not fun. If I just tell you, no, you don't learn anything useful, that's dumb. Frequently, I will go the Cliff Clavin route for anyone that's old enough to remember Cheers. If you fail a knowledge check, it's not that you don't know anything, it's that you know something completely wrong. You have no idea what it is. And so usually it's just making up entire, using a nature check. What do I know about this bugbear? Oh, yeah, well, bugbears have a great society that they farm beets from. And it's amazing, I mean, failing a knowledge check, you shouldn't just not know something. You should have a just completely wrong idea about what it is. So it sounds like we'll have a pretty good complement of people that are both role play, combat, and kind of simpatico on all of that. But yeah, I feel you on the getting used to Roll20, but at least we got someone that's experienced here that can point out where everything is. So very much appreciate the help on that, Danzig.
Yeah, no problem at all, because I've been using the system for the past 2 years.
Yeah, and all my NPC sheets don't have any of the stuff you've got by the time I would find where it is. So appreciate the help on that, because I don't want to have to deal with everything by myself.
Yeah, I'll do what I can where I can in like a Roll20 system kind of sense. Because I don't know everything on here, but I do know it good enough to be able to get things running and to be able to help out everybody and interject where I need to try and keep things fair, balanced, keeping with the rules, but also keeping with the fun. And
yeah, I also subscribe to the rule of cool or rule 0, depending on who you talk to. Having fun is more important than the rules. The rules are a guideline in order to give us structure, not to tell us what we can and cannot do. If something's cool, I'm going to definitely say yes more often than anything else. So keep that in mind. The rules are just there to give us a framework, not to be the end all be all of everything. And speaking of which, experience and leveling up, since it looks like we may be playing every other week and going by the book experience, we may not be leveling for very long times. We may wind up doing something like just leveling every other session or every 3 sessions. My worry about every other session is that that's basically once a month. Cool. But that would mean that you would only have a little bit of time in order to get used to new skills, new advancements, new spells before moving on. But if we did it every 3 sessions, that might be a month and a half. So what do you guys think? I want to level up so you guys can get the perks of higher levels, but not so quick that it feels like we're just grinding through them without spending memorable amounts of time on them.
So you
I'm
want to
good
do
with
a
every 3
benchmark
sessions.
system.
I'm good with whatever. I mean, if we do every other, I mean, at least then, like my fear with doing like holding off that long. I mean, I'm sure Martinez, you have a great system of keeping track, but just like maybe things get lost. I don't know. Again, I'm just saying like it might be better, but if we all want to do every third session, that's totally fine too.
It sounds a lot like the benchmark system, which means like during certain portions or like certain things that the DM will say everyone's up to this level as opposed to giving out experience in general, and that does work a lot better in my experience through Roll20 and through especially through like sessions that are recorded. That way everything kind of stays in line. We go at a decent pace and everything. So I don't know about doing it every third session's a level, but like I wouldn't give us a level like, oh, we did the bar encounter, but like if we like get to a certain point and we did this major thing, that's like that feels like this is a good place for everyone to get a level. And
Okay.
then,
I kind of like the feel of that. Not necessarily an explicit every other or every 3 sessions, but every X amount of milestones where that happens to lie in a natural format. Okay. That means I got to keep track of things. That
like you give us a quest and we complete the quest and all this crazy stuff happened, then you or like we're mid quest and we go kind of deviate off the course and oh god, there's this dragon attacking dragon. That was impressive. Let's get a level up, and that the feats to level up change compared to the actions we've done and the level we are. So the higher levels we go, it's gonna be a lot more spaced out before we get that benchmark level, unless we present ourselves or get ourselves in a situation that kind of deems like, okay, we should level you up for this one.
So you're saying like it may fall where the first level is 3 sessions from or 2 sessions from now. This is the first one. It may end up falling where based on feats we get there, but the next one may be for 5 sessions because maybe we didn't do as much during that time frame or something like that.
Right.
Potentially, or it might even be halfway through a specific session because we've hit a pretty good milestone. Perhaps after this dungeon crawl that I've said was like 28 odd rooms and whatnot, that might be a good spot, or it might, depending on what the plot happens, might be a little bit later. But yeah, effectively, it would be somewhere in the vicinity of every couple of times we play, somewhere in there. I want everybody to be able to level up and get a feel for having more abilities, more skills, more spells, but not also so quickly that it devalues the level of pushing to get that sort of stuff. Also, one thing that always bothers me is if you level too fast, it's like, oh my god, I've been waiting for this ability for 6 years to finally play a character that could have that, and then you'll out level it in 2 weeks because you got something better at level 7 instead of level 6. So I want people to be able to savor what they get at each level, but not so long that it feels like you're waiting a million years for the next tier.
So how does that work if we were to level up in the middle of a session? Because like when you level up, you may unlock a new spell or something like that, but you can't use it because you haven't picked it yet. So how's that going to work for us?
We would take a pause and everybody would level up while we do that.
Okay. Cool.
Preferentially, we may not do it in the middle of a stream unless we happen to find, like Danzig said, like we're literally going to be going up against this dragon. Everybody, it's time to level up. Then we would probably do it. But otherwise, watching a bunch of people roll dice and pick new spells probably isn't going to be the most entertaining gameplay. So we'll try to schedule it so that we level at the end of a session. But where the chips fall where they may.
Okay.
The dice roll.
Very much play it by ear. But remember, just to actually apply a level up, you have to take a long rest anyway. And those long rests can be like short breaks, like an ad break, and then like 5-minute bathroom break. People can just level what they need to do, and everyone can get ready. And we come back, and then boom, we're ready to go with our new levels, and we can continue on.
Yeah, Bearded Bee. That's actually when I do get to play. I usually have character sheets ready, printed, and in whatever character builder I'm using at the time for like the next 7 levels, because I'm just so excited to get everything. Even I don't get to play very often, but when I do, I know exactly what it's going to be.
Yeah, I like the idea because we'll be ready to go. Just having that character sheet already pre-prepped, and it's easy to go to like Wizards of the Coast and download a D&D 5e PDF form fillable sheet that you can just copy the information over and then like say, oh, you just pre-level yourself to level 2, and then when you actually hit level 2, just carry that information over character sheet and boom, you're ready to go.
Was it easy to do on Roll20?
Yeah, it's just copy paste. click the plus sign, add your new ability, and copy the paste there. Boom. You're
All right. Does anyone have any final thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, or hangups?
not from the night for me.
No.
It was a fun night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable.
We'll say that Palace did point this out that for the Hobo Slayers team channel, we had we were consistently between 17 to 20 people, 21 right now.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everyone for coming out and checking out the first session of this. And if anyone wants to say anything in the chat, we'll be able to read that off and talk to you guys, get your thoughts and opinions of how you enjoyed it or anything from us.
Yep. So
And for those of you guys watching at home, you can see that each of us has our. Hold on, I gotta wait for the stream to catch up to us. Nope, it's over here. We each have our names above us, and that is our Twitch handle, so that you can see all of us are streamers on Twitch. So, Palace, I'm gonna let you play us.
all right. So real quick, next session will be February the 2nd. That'll be in 2 weeks. And we look forward to seeing you all back here next time. And like Mortanis said, we're all streamers. We love this awesome community, the Hobo Slayer community. Be sure to check out everybody who is playing tonight. They're all great people. And we'll see you all next time. And we're going to raid a team member. So,
Okay, cool. Before we do, I want to say one more thank you. And literally, she just posted. Thank you, Miss Hobo Slayer. She is the leader of the Hobo Slayers team. She's done a lot for us, and she's the one we're using this team account because of her. We're all here because of her.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, and we hope that we can take this channel a little bit further for all of us, including you. So thank you, Amy.
We should probably get a shout out command for Amy's Discord as well, so that
Absolutely.
we can do that.
I might have one, maybe. Nope, I don't. I'll add that.
Nope. Well,
Failure.
this is our first session, so we're gonna do a lot of tweaking. We're gonna add a lot of things. Have any?
I've had several commands already. That's just one I haven't added.
If you have any recommendations, you can post it up in the journal text chat, or if you have access to the stream team. The stream team members have a stream channel, and any kind of ideas you want to throw that we might implement, you think might look good, we'll take a look at it.
Yep.
Okay, well that would be easy. You just type it in, fine.
Yeah.
There's
Showing us all up. All of us are nerd programmers. Like, well, we should make a command that automatically does it. As she just types it in.
Hobo Slayers. There's your link. Come join. Come meet all of us. Come talk to all.
Yep.
We all do our own things, but we're all a pretty decently close knit group, and we're more than welcome. We're more than welcoming to new people.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say about the Hobo Slayers, man, because this is one of them communities that's just been amazing. Like, as far as getting to be not just the stream team itself, but everyone that's around it, it's one of the most fun things I've ever encountered here on Twitch. So I'm going to personally say, Amy, thank you for creating all this.
I would agree with Sniper either. Thank you, Amy.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah. Also, as a side note, everybody, if you haven't followed the channel, we want to try and get this thing affiliated. We're working on stuff to try and get this thing affiliated and get this channel going even further. So, pass it on, share it. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
So with that note, tell your friends we're only 6 followers away from 50.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And there's the follow.
I don't see alert pop-ups.
Yeah, I gotta add that. Sorry. We actually got a raid and 4 follows tonight. Thank you, Asian Anime Dude, for the raid. I'm gonna butcher this. Blarg and Strudel. Valentine.
Hey, Blarg, he's the DM from my Friday night camp. So,
nice. Hey, there you go. So Blarg and Strudel, Valentine, Rocket Punch Love, and the ZZ A Lord, and Jimmy Dean Special. Thank you for that follow. So that puts us at 4.
I like the Jimmy Dean. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're at 46 now. We're only 4, and then we're getting more.
I guess it's the call out. You gotta say like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and that gets the people to do it.
Yep. So Kelly H. Rev, thank you for that follow, and we'll get there eventually. So
Yep.
If no one has anything else, are we ready to raid?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
right.
Get your poggers in chat ready. Who are we doing this to?
Gangan Miller, he's the only one on the team that's live right now.
All right, Game Killer's doing Pokemon, I'm assuming.
Yep.
All right, let's get it.
Make sure I got it ready.